Hello! Welcome to USD Study Abroad Travel Talks with Faiza and
Natalie.
My name is Faiza. I'm majoring in marketing with a minor in visual arts. I'm a senior at USD right now, and the study abroad program I participated in was St. Clair's International College in Oxford.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie and I'm a junior right now at USD. I'm majoring in international relations and minoring in Spanish, and I studied abroad at the USD Madrid Center in Madrid, Spain.
And both of us are interns in the Office of Study Abroad, so we will basically this program is to connect with you as our student viewers so you can have a student perspective on study abroad, as we have spent about 2 or 3 years in the office now.
Yeah.
So we kind of have a good idea on the process of studying abroad, and we both have been abroad, so
if you have any questions for us or ideas about what you would like us to talk about, please send those in through the USD Study Abroad Instagram, and we'd be happy to answer them in any future videos.
Great! And for today's episode, for our first Travel Talks episode, we figured we can have you guys get to know us a little bit better and kind of our experiences abroad. So we created some questions for each other so we can dive into that. Our first question for today is, why did you choose your study abroad location?
Alright, so I studied abroad in Madrid, Spain with the USD Madrid Center, and the reason I went to Spain was because I really wanted to improve my Spanish. I'm minoring in Spanish at USD, and so I'm taking a lot of classes about reading and writing Spanish, but I really wanted to be able to speak it as well and to speak fluently. And so that's why I chose Spain. And then Madrid in particular felt like a great fit, just because of the USD Madrid Center and the USD classes that it offers, and the fact that I would be with other USD students. So yeah, that's why I went to Spain.
Cool! Can you speak some Spanish to me?
Hola! ¿Qué tal?
Estoy bien?
Sí.
Oh, good! Wonderful. Okay. And then my reason for studying abroad was I was tied between the Madrid Center and Oxford, but eventually I chose Oxford because I really wanted to dive into that literary history based in England, so like C.S. Lewis and Tolkien and all those amazing fantasy writers from the early 1900s. So
Yeah.
it ended up paying off pretty well. I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel like you belong in the UK too.
Thank you. That's so exciting. Yes, hopefully I can move there and live there forever.
Love it.
Okay.
Our next question is, what was special about the location that you went to? What was your favorite part or something unique about the place that you went?
Okay. So when I went to Oxford, I wrote this down, and I've written this down so many times because it's literally how it feels. I felt like Alice falling into like Wonderland, like down the rabbit hole. And it was this whole magical thing because the architecture was beautiful. There were like super cool places based off of like these literary histories. So I'd walk by Tolkien's house, as I mentioned earlier, and I was like, a king lived there. And then I would go to the Alice in Wonderland actual shop. And it was just really cool to explore such an old, ancient land that's been preserved so well.
Yeah.
So it had so much history, and I just loved exploring it. So it was just special because of, well, its place in the world and its preservation of historic beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
It was pretty cool.
The fact that you can still talk about it just in that much detail, even a couple years after you've been, just shows like how much it's staying with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And going back to you guys, study abroad is extremely impactful in that way, and I think that you guys will treasure your experience for years to come, and it'll influence your decisions of where you move, the kind of classes you take, and I think it's amazing. So
Yeah. I left Spain about 1 year ago, but it feels like yesterday, to be honest. Yeah.
Do you want to tell me what's special about Madrid?
Well, honestly, when I went, it just started to feel like home, like right away. One of the reasons I think is because you can really walk like anywhere there, anywhere like within the main city and the central city. And so that meant that I was able to kind of see the city on foot and explore and walk to and from class through Retiro Park and stop into little coffee shops along the way and that kind of thing, and just kind of get a feel for how the city was, just exploring by myself and with friends. So I think that's kind of what was special about it to me, was it just felt very like home.
Cool. And then my next question is, how have you stayed connected to your community abroad?
Well, I still text with my host mom.
Aww,
We have like a WhatsApp chat, and yeah, so we always like check in with one another and say like, how are you doing? ¿Cómo estás? And yeah, it's just lovely that we are still in touch even a year later. And she like remembered my birthday, sent me a text then,
That's so sweet.
and just kept me up to date with how the family is doing. So
Cool. Do you think living in like living with a host helped you improve your Spanish more?
oh, definitely. That was the main time that I would practice, just because like we had dinner together every night, which meant that like I would have to be speaking in Spanish during that time because they didn't speak English. So yeah, it was a great way to improve my Spanish and just kind of be around the language all the time.
Very cool. We'll keep it there at 3 questions today, so you kind of have a better idea of who we are as students, the places that we study abroad, and our personal experiences. And after this,
if you have any questions or any topics that you'd like us to talk about, please send us a message on the USD Study Abroad Instagram, and we'd be happy to talk more about anything you're interested in.
yes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us, and we can't wait to see you next time on Travel Talks.